Because Taekwondo at that time, I doing because you have to defend yourself. It's a lot of fighting going on, kids, and just no reason. They just have to, pick you, then just fighting. And also we have, sometimes they a lot of carry their weapons. And it's a very dangerous situation. But that's why a lot of people, they looking for anything possible, they like to defend themselves. And so then I choose my Taekwondo, I just keep practice. Then I was military, then my brother's in USA. So then he was keep sent me letter and letting me continue. Then he said he's gonna invite me to coming America. I came March 20th in Omaha. And May 3rd, then all of a sudden he said, let's go. And I don't even know where we're going. And we drove all night long. We get to Milwaukee. That was May 3rd in 1970. Then I was almost scared to death, even I don't like to stay there. Eternal Grandmaster called me. Every night I have to call him a collect call and how safe I am. But one night I'm missing, next day then I'm gonna big yelling. He was just yelling me because I didn't collect the call. And so I call him every night, but then sometime then I thought, okay, that's just enough. I don't have to call every night. Then next day, then I gotta have a trouble. He just so worried. But at that time, I look at, I have a new life too. So I work really hard at that time, and I work out every single day and morning. And finally, I do a great job in Milwaukee schools, and I was very successful there. And also, I think that is, I can remember and why I did it, because Eternal Grandmaster, he make me so strong through this Taekwondo. And that's what I'm really thankful for that too. But he still pushes me. And I really, looking back, and I know he knows something, and that's what he pushing me so far. And I'm a very, thankful for that. Eternal Grandmaster, I think he was everything on me. And after he passed away, but then I was lost myself. I don't know. I couldn't even explain to people. I was totally lost. I don't know what I'm doing at that time. No, but I know I had a responsibility. I think his legacy and his spirit, I think that make it really a great organization for today. And I'm very happy about it to be part of that.
We had a really rough trip in Korea one year. And at the end of that trip, all of us were like, oh, thank you, Grandmaster Sunho, for your guidance. We were so thankful. And he took a few steps back and he said, no, I'm thankful to you. And I want to bow to all of you and say thank you to you. And he did the full 90-degree bow. And just at that point, I was like, well, that is probably not only a great example of his gratitude, as well as humility.
What he had to do when he had to step up and his brother passed on, Eternal Grandmaster, it's not like he had a whole long, amount of time to plan, but to be able to come in and try to fill those shoes. I mean, he's done just an unbelievable job coming into this organization, the largest single martial arts organization in the world, and to hold it together. I'm in awe of it.
For Grandmaster Sunho Lee to step in as graciously as he did, as professional as he did, to support the vision of his brother, I think was a tremendous thing to say about his character. Because I'm sure that was not an easy thing for him to do, both, for the organization and just for, personally, because he lost his brother. To step up and to carry on, that says a lot to his character and his grace that he has presented himself over the last 10 years.
He kept a tradition together, and for whatever it is, when you look at him and you talk to him, he is the Grandmaster. I mean, he's in his 70s, he kicks like he's 30. He embodies what the Grandmaster is.
he walks the walk and he talks the talk. Like he is what he says and he does, you know, as far as like maintaining his athletic ability and just making sure that he keeps himself in shape and always practicing, always learning, always doing. You know, he was committed wholeheartedly and I don't think he could have done anything else. I'm extremely proud of him. I know he's a fiercely loyal person, and so it meant a lot to him.
I think his selfless commitment to always being there for the students and you know, their families. He was always visible, always, you know, had the patience, and definitely like to thank Grandmaster Soon-Ho Lee for being that living example and always being a positive influence on our lives and making a difference for us in all the years that he has.
Grandmaster, I would like to really thank you for all the sacrifice and the hard work and dedication you've had all your life, not just for the ATA, but also for your family. And we want to say that we are proud of you and thank you for everything that you have done.
One of the first times I saw you was in 1982 when you did a sidekick to somebody's face. It was about an inch away from his mouth. And I never knew who you were. I had no idea who you were. And you were practicing these number 3 sidekicks on the bar. And then you had a guy stand up and you put your foot right up next to him. I was a 2nd degree black belt at the time, and it was like, well, that's all I needed because the sidekick became my goal. I thank you for that personally. But my greatest debt of gratitude to you is as the leader of Sangam Taekwondo. How much I appreciate your hard work in stepping into the role of Grandmaster at such an incredibly difficult time and taking us all the way forward to this point into the 21st century with success.
Sir, thank you for caring. You know, very few other people cared about me when I was coming up in Taekwondo. I was just another face, just another black belt. You cared. You saw something in me that I guess nobody else saw. And that's why I continue to teach, and that's why I stayed in the ATA. And that's why I'll remain loyal to you for as long as you're my instructor, which I hope will be forever.
I mean, Dad, you know, thanks for everything. I mean, you left me with so much, you know, the school, the ATA, my sister, my great cousins I have. You know, without you, you know, I wouldn't have this family. So, I love you, Dad.
Grandmaster Soon-Ho, it's already been more fabulous than you know, because he was in the mix. It's hard for him to even know how difficult of the job he did. Maybe when he sits back and reflects, Grandmaster Soon-Ho, you will know exactly what you've accomplished. But right now, it's probably just, it's part of his life. He doesn't even know the magnitude of what he's accomplished. An impossible job of keeping the largest organization in the world together when no other martial arts organization has ever stayed together after the passing of the founder.
I feel good about it, and we have a great master council when we put together and make it to today is a very successful organization. And then also, you know, take this time I'd like to thank you all, the master council, all the masters, instructors. I think they did it wonderful and put together, and I'm very happy about that because that's I can leave to my legacy to all the instructors and students, and a great way to next Grandmaster can learning. You have to teaching somebody. That teaching means you have to change somebody else's life. You know, you cannot just force changing their lives. And that's what I believe in. I think it takes a little time to still learning. That's why, you know, I always say that there's always more to learn.